Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Capricorn for June 2020. So keep in mind it's a general message, guys. Take what you feel resonates with you and disregard the rest. Go about your day, my friends, and know that no matter what messages come through today, it's still up to you and how you integrate this guidance today. The choices you make and the steps you take in your world to get your fulfillment. And to me, that's personal power. For all my subscribers, thank you guys. I love you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If this resonates, please feel free and subscribe. Join the journey with me. It'd be wonderful to have you along this journey. So I'm just going to take a moment to call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron and my team of light to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, as well as to reach the most far-reaching of messages that are only for the highest good of those of us watching. So I'm going to start off today, guys, with a message in the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue, just to get an overall energy on what the angels would want you to know this month. And you get new beginnings. That's awesome. Beautiful, brand new beginnings. We're also entering into summer, right? Summer solstice on June 20th, as well as there's a lot of eclipses. We've just had a lunar eclipse. I believe there's a solar eclipse coming up, and this is helping to burn away old energy to make room for the new. So I feel like a lot of us are being asked to release the old this month to make way for the new. And this new beginnings to be the first thing that come out, that's beautiful energy. Spirit, thank you. All right, so you got a few things. First, you have trust. Miracles. Trust that miracles are on their way. If you've been experiencing difficult times, trust that miracles are coming. Trust that your world can change miraculously in the next couple months, is what I heard. Enchantment. This is also about seeing the beauty in the world, looking at the world with that sense of childlike wonder, to recapture the romance of the world, even paying attention to the birds and the bees and the butterflies, the colors in the sky, and to remember that we can have all the scientific explanations that we want. Does it take away from the beauty? Absolutely not. So the last one that we have here is dreams. Paying special attention to the dreams that you're having. Some of you may want to write down a dream journal, but what is the significance of these dreams to you? For some of you, you may be receiving very prophetic dreams, kind of, or even guidance from spirit in your dreams. So keep an open mind as to what these may mean. I know as well that I think a lot of people we're all going through this same shift, right? We're all under the same planetary alignment, the same energy. We're all experiencing these eclipses together. I feel like a lot of people may be receiving very vivid dreams at this point in time as a collective, and I feel like that's important because there's something here that's important with that. In terms of this new beginning, you really need to trust that you are on the path that is for you. And if there's something inside of you that when you go to make your movements and make your changes in your world that's saying, no, stop. If you feel inside, your body tightening up as you're going to do things, listen. Your body knows what it's doing. So trust in the energy that you're receiving from your body as well. And trust in yourself enough to know what is right for you and what is not right for you. If you're making movements that you question, take a little bit more time to think about it. I'm going to get a few more messages, please. Tell me about miracles. Get 3 messages. 4. Okay. So we have here spiritual growth. I feel like as well, there is a major spiritual growth happening. There's been a lot of changes happening on this earth, and this is a time for mass awakenings, massive spiritual growth. And I feel like for some of you, you may be even here to help facilitate that for other people, to help them along the path with their spiritual growth. Some of you may be spiritual teachers. Some of you may want to start to get into that kind of line of work. You may want to get into energy work or energy healing. Some of you may already be doing that, but I feel like if there is a new skill that you've thought about, you want to learn, it's time to think about that a little bit more openly, because study came out as well. So you may want to study universal laws. You may be wanting to study spiritual practice right now. There may be even dream study, wanting to dive deeper into dream study. But if you feel like something has caught your attention, go for it. Learn about it. Because oftentimes the things that we're drawn to, Spirit wants us to know those for a reason. I find, and this is not about me, but I find myself, there's times where I feel really drawn to read something, and then it's because I was supposed to know it to help somebody else. It was supposed to be brought into a reading or brought into my conscious awareness to help expand my mind as well, but this can also help you expand for others. So I feel like this as well with this trust. Trust that when you follow your gut and when you go the avenues that your soul is pulling you, it's to help facilitate a brand new beginning. One with absolute miracles here. So you have surrender and release. Surrender and release your fears. Surrender and release any fears of inadequacy or not being able to do the job that you feel is for you. Allowing Spirit to hold those fears. So if you're holding fear tightly, give it over to Spirit. I like to call in Archangel Michael and ask Archangel Michael to help me. And there's another thing that it helps me, that you are safe, you are protected, you are loved. Spirit has your back. Trust that you are protected. Another thing with this enchantment is when it says bring back the childlike wonder, because the children trust on an unconscious level that they're taken care of, that they are provided for. And this, I feel like Spirit's asking you at this point as well to trust like that child, to know that you're provided for, to know that miracles are on their way, that no hard time will ever last forever. Energy changes and is fluid as well. So try and work on if there's things that are long-standing grievances, long-standing grief as well, or guilt, or any darkness that has had a hold on you. I feel like Spirit's really asking you, release that. Try and find ways to release that. And we have personal freedom here. So another thing with this freedom is if there's something that's had a hold on you that you know is stopping you from catapulting forward in the next part of your spiritual journey, you can rewrite that. You have the freedom to say, that's not my story anymore, and think of 3 different things that are your story, 3 positives to counteract that negative, to help you. And this also helps to release any negative mindsets as well. And they want me to take the top of the deck. Everything happens in divine timing. Trust that. Miracles are coming to you. It's all in divine timing. For some of you, this is the bottom of the deck with ideas and inspiration. If you're guided to go and study something, do it. That's divinely guided. It's asking you to go and to study this because, again, maybe you are going to teach someone this. Maybe without knowing it, once you learn this, your spiritual growth is going to inspire the masses, inspire many. With freedom as well, guardian angel is at the bottom. With freedom, no matter what happens in your world, you have free will. So you can choose to ignore the inspiration. You can choose to ignore your own divine guidance. But what will happen is, as you do that, if you choose to ignore even Spirit, if you feel like you have angels around you and you choose to ignore them, it just puts the lesson back a little bit farther. Remember, throughout all of this, no matter what messages again come through, it's up to your active free will and how you integrate this. Our world needs our free will, and Spirit needs our free will to ask for help. It needs us to freely say, Spirit, help me. You may still have guardian angels around us all the time. Speak to them. Don't feel like you're burdening them with something that is, too small of an endeavor. There's so many angels and there's so many helper guides on this earth that you're not burdening any of them. And I feel like the new beginning is what to focus on. Bringing in the new, harnessing the new, and trusting that this universe is going to bring you the experiences that are meant to shape you, to help you, that are going to make you the person you're meant to be in this world. So embracing wholeheartedly who you are, as well as playfulness. And the last card I want to show you is healing. I lied. There's one more. It's a lot for you guys. Forgiveness. And self-acceptance is here. Adding playfulness into your world. It can be so healing to laugh. You know, this could even be like gentle sparring is what I heard. Debates. Something that brings back a playful side in you. So life and change, spiritual growth, it doesn't have to be heavy. It can be light and playful, and it can be filled with wonder. And this is asking you, I feel like, to allow the places that fill you with wonder to be explored more. Forgiveness brings healing. So if there's places that you've held on to, whatever the surrender and release is as well, if there's something that you've held on to for a long time, we need to work on forgiving ourselves and work on forgiving others. And again, I've said this before, and I feel like it needs to be said again. Forgiving others does not mean that we are going to allow them to continue the behavior over and over and over again. At some point, it means that we need to heal ourselves enough to say, that's done. If there's any codependency as well, because oftentimes as well, when we allow people to keep doing something in this vicious cycle and we keep forgiving them and it just keeps happening, they feel like this is an open door policy to let them walk all over us. And that, to us, that's a little bit of codependency in ourselves. So we need to apologize to ourselves for allowing this energy to happen, and then moving forward, stand in our personal power to say, no, I'm imposing boundaries, I'm imposing limits on my energy, and that kind of behavior isn't something that I can stand for anymore. This idea as an inspiration is important though, because if there's anything that I sparked when saying any of this, take it to heart. What did it mean for you? You know, use your empowered vulnerability. If I triggered you, why? And how can you use this in your day-to-day to bring positive changes in your world? But again, that everything happens in divine timing. Trust that new beginnings are on their way. Trust that miracles are coming. Absolutely. There is such beautiful energy this month for you guys. And again, your dreams, just pay attention. You may have some strange ones that you don't really understand what's going on, but remember that your dreams can't hurt you. They're just dreams. I'm going to bring a message now from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. The bottom of the deck is bring it into form. So if there's inspiration that you've had, if there's something that you want to do and you've wanted to do it for a while, it's time to bring it into form. How can you bring it and make it a tangible thing? How can you do this? All right, Spirit, for Capricorn, June 2020, please. All right, one message from Capricorn, please, that would be helpful for them, most helpful. Okay, so you have two. She thinks, or she feels, she knows. Faith in the process. Absolutely. It's spiritual growth. We didn't grow from a baby to an adult overnight, right? To 18 years, something like that. Trusting in this process. You have 32 and a 22. Progressions. She thinks she knows is important, or she feels she knows is important, because you need to trust your own innate feelings on things. You also need to be able to trust that your emotions are valid, they are real, that they are here and they are guiding you. So again, with this idea as an inspiration, if you're feeling like you want to do something, if somewhere deep inside you are being told, or your body's telling you that either you're rejecting someone's energy or you're being pulled to certain places, it's up to you to follow that process and to have faith in this process again, because every step of this road, every step of this journey that we're on is here to teach us a lesson. It's here for a different reason, and it's here to help us grow. I'm going to ask one more message. They want me to show you the bottom. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Listening to our heart. Paying attention to, maybe we have feelings that can't be explained by logic. I'm going to take that out. But to know that our heart doesn't have to match up with our head. And I feel like it's important to follow your heart. I'm going to ask one more card, please, Spirit, for Capricorn. One more card, please. Thank you. You're in the world, but not of the world. Baby, you are on this crazy spiritual ride to experience life, right? Again, to experience life, to learn things, to be able to observe as well. And being of the world but not of it means that we're not going to allow the heaviness of this world to keep us down. It's okay to swim through the waters, again, to feel your emotions. I feel like I'm going to bring you a message from the book for... Let's try 22. You got 22, 21, 32, 34. Interesting. So I'll read a bit of 22 for you first. So again, if I trigger you, if this book has beautiful messages, so I feel like it's just important to read out of the book for you guys. But if I trigger you, why, right? And how can you use that for yourself? An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. That is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but more as a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now or has just recently come. Gently but firmly, from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next step forward. So this oracle comes to you with guidance particularly about long-range or long-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of what that possibility of it at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped on this next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. Again, with this have faith in the process. Things that we feel are an obstacle, they're important stepping stones along the path. I'm going to take a little bit of the healing process here. So something that you can help to say to integrate this. I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. I feel the light of all that I am and all that I will be unfolding from within me now. Remember, it's a process. You are not who you were 10 years ago, and you're not who you're going to be 10 years from now. And I feel like that's where there's this 10 to 32, this 10-year jump. So for some of you, there could be a 5-year plan, there could be a 10-year plan, but to trust the process and to know that everything that you are inside is who you're meant to be. Number 21 wants to have a little bit red too. I apologize for any glare, guys. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. In the chaos of modern life and the constant fluctuations of our mind, it can be difficult to remember that a sublime sanctuary lies within. Yet it is always there. Beneath the ceaseless activity, there is an endless, vast spaciousness that restores and connects us to something greater, something that exists outside of time, something some might call it eternity. Within that sanctuary, sacred sound is rather than heard. That sacred sound is actually the reverberating heartbeat of the entire universe. The totality of life, all of your being, can be felt as one through listening to and feeling for the sacred sound of the heart beating within you. It is through the heartbeat that we experience a love that is more than preference or attachment. This is the love that inspires, energizes, and moves us to create, and beyond what we once thought was possible. Your love for life, the need to feel alive and express yourself, and the quest for that which is truly fulfilling, these are the sacred urges that rebel against fear and promote passion for being alive. They flow through your blood and can be felt through the beating of your heart. This oracle has a message for you. There is the way of the mind, which makes mountains out of molehills. even when it thinks it is turning mountains into molehills. Then there is the way of the heart. It is subterranean and moves subtly beneath possible obstacles, intelligently shifting with exquisite sensitivity, sensing the way forward through dangerous pathways and responding to what it is before it even occurs in the physical world. However, with the heart's intelligence, we cannot see and know in the same way that we do when we allow the mind to direct us. We have to be open to another way if we want to benefit from the innate intelligence of the heart. So, the mind sees plans and strategies. The heart feels, senses, and intuits. It responds. When we walk the path of the heart, we must feel and respond rather than plan our way. And this is important with this she thinks, she feels, she knows. Remembering that you're opening up to everything you're going to be. That even if this plan, this part along the path seems bigger than you could possibly imagine, go with the flow. Remember, you're in this world, you're not of it. You are a divine being sent to the earth to bring changes and to help this planet and the humanity on this planet transform. And that's important. I feel like this is asking you really to connect with your heart and to have faith in this process. And again, spiritual growth is growth. We don't want to stay stagnant. We don't want to stay stuck in limiting belief systems either. So I'm going to bring a message for you guys from the Guardian Tarot. And get a little bit of tarot wisdom here, please. Actually, before I do that, they want me to give you the healing process for beyond the heart, the mind, or beyond the mind, the heart beats. I love you. So you're going to say this to yourself. I love you. I trust you. You are beautiful and you are wise. You beat in harmony with the greater plan of love. You are my guiding light. And we want to use our heart as our guiding light. And we want to remind ourselves, I love you. I trust you. You are beautiful and you are wise. You beat in harmony with the greater plan of love. You are my guiding light. And at any point, if you're feeling like you lack purpose, do me a favor. Put your hand here. And when you feel that heartbeat, that's your purpose. That's why you're here. You're here on this earth. And every morning, we can change. Every morning, we can wake up and say, I didn't like who I was yesterday. I'm going to work on that. And we can guide ourselves through our heart with unconditional love for ourselves, with others, yet being strong and firm in our convictions, where we're not allowing others to take advantage of us, and we're strong in our power. And I feel like this is this warrior of the heart space. Being a warrior within your own worlds as well. So, Spirit, what guidance would you have for us? Anyone watching this, Capricorn, please. You get the Queen of Cups. The bottom is the Nine of Cups. It was in the reverse, but I feel like that's not as important here. The reversals, I'm not going to read reversals in this particular one. There may have been blocks along the way, but the Nine of Cups is about our emotional fulfillment, knowing that it is here. And if you can see, this guardian looks over the church. There's a lot of different forks in the road. There's a lighthouse even down here. So this guardian looks over the human world and looks over the places of contentment. We have the Queen of Cups. So for some of you, this could be, you could have water in your chart. This could be a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or this could be yourself. And I feel like this is more yourself because there's so much heart energy here, so much saying, you know what, listen to your heart, follow your heart. We have the Six of Wands, which I believe when we nurture ourselves and when we follow our heart and when we stay in our loving demeanor, we move forward into victory and success. And she is going forward. She has become unrooted and being able to move. And we also have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is a brand new beginning or start. For some of you, there may be babies on the way. For some of you as well, I feel like if it's been a long time, like if you have been trying to conceive for a long time, this could be the miracle that's coming as well. But there's definite victory here. And there's something going to lead to something very tangible. With the Wands, with the Six of Wands here, The wands is our doing space, our creative space, our action space, our sensuality. And when we combine all of that fire and heat with our heart space, there's infinite possibilities of how that could manifest. I'm going to get a little bit of information here. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles, please. So you have the Eight of Swords. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Tell me about the Eight of Swords, please. Ace of Cups and Six of Cups. So definite could be reunion, new love, right, with a past life partner, new love with a current partner. This could be you coming back into alignment with yourself and realizing all that you are, all the beauty that you have, trusting your heart and knowing that that is the way forward, that you're going to be building and creating the way forward with love, with a heart-centered way, and living our life centered by the heart. With this Eight of Swords, this is, if you can see, both of them turned their back, and this is kind of like the child here. This energy with the Eight of Swords, this is about clearing the mind of distractions, and I feel like focusing on growth. Focusing on the growth rather than allowing yourself to get stuck in old cycles of thinking and old ways of believing. It's about focusing on the growth, not turning your back to it. This is about acknowledging what has come, acknowledging how you feel, and not being afraid either to let what has to go, go. I feel like when we can get ourselves out of this old way of thinking, right, when we can stop the mind and listen more to the heart, because oftentimes, I'm sure we've all had it where we want to do something, we feel it in our heart, but our mind talks us out of it, and I think this is to remove ourselves out of that, because it's going to bring back reunion, and it's going to make it so that we're finally able to see and touch and smell the fruits of our labor, everything that you've poured your heart into. There's a lot of heart space here. Everything that you've poured your heart into, you're going to start reaping the rewards of that. And I honestly feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this is miracles along the way. So we need to get our head straight first. We need to get out of the old ways and cyclical feelings and thinking to be able to move through this. This Ace of Cups, please, Spirit. You got the Knight of Cups. A lot of water energy, but this makes total sense with this stuff all being up in the fields, needing to connect with our heart space. This particular Knight of Cups, there's also another baby here. So for some of you, for sure, there's baby energy. There's taking care of our children as well with this. And this is nourishing our children, focusing on them first. But I feel like this as well is saying, you know what, don't overlook yourself. Because if you don't come with a full cup, you can't give that to your children. We need to take care of us and nourish ourselves as well. So this is about mothering our babies, mothering ourselves, and just nourishing the world around us. But he's moving through here, wading through waters, right? And in communication with spirit as well with the baby there. I feel like there's an innocence here, but he has a feather in his hair. Because this Knight of Cups, I feel like he's probably been through a lot. The dog there as well. I'm going to grab a little message from the book because there's so much symbology on this card. Grab the Knight of Cups. And this book is beautiful on how it explains things. So let's find the Knight of Cups. So the Guardian Knight signifies that it is important to be aware of feelings. It is important to be aware of the signs and feelings that are guiding you to where you need to be and what you should be focusing your energy upon. As the card appears in a reading, it indicates that there is more than meets the eye in these strange feelings of late. Explore the feelings, listen to them, follow them. They should be given special adherence as it will help guide your journey. So moving with your heart, and again with this miracles and the spiritual growth, paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that you feel. What are you guided to do? Because again, there's more that meets the eye. There could be something lingering externally around you. This energy as well could be someone around you having to release old demons too, or release old thought patterns before they can come into alignment with you, is one of the ways I'm reading this as well. But I feel like to focus just mainly on you, that this is needing to connect with our heart space, and once you do that, you will find miraculous changes. You will find something tangible in this world as well. So that's what I have for you. I love you all. I hope you have a great month, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, Capricorn.